Hello. Really? It's till the dawn will come. Oh, you could hear the TikTok, yeah. The cat. I thought you meant the main theme. I was like, but the main theme is the dawn will come. Cat, kitty, cat. Yeah, it's the cat, kitty, cat. Hey, you. Cat, kitty, cat, cat, cat. Ma pussy bitch. Ooh la 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 la. C'est bon, c'est bon. Okay. I think I'm. Hello. Hippity hoppity.
It's good to see you. You haven't really gone into detail about how you know Leliana. We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Olay. It seems terrifyingly long ago now. How exactly did you and Leliana reconnect in the Inquisition? I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with for months. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Leliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
That sounds like a clever way to test you. She overcomplicated things.
I assume the entire problem was some form of trial. You assume correctly. Leliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for the Inquisition. I accepted, once she finally explained what it was. Do you remain close? Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in Badroyo. Leliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest wits. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that would make empires tremble. I worry, but she will not hear it. Does Leliana confide in you? She enjoys revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Leliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief. Let's speak later. Another time.
It's funny because your dialogue, if you know you're romancing Josephine, is like, "Are you and Leliana close?" And she's like, "No, we're not." Inquisitor Sussy.
Let's see what we have. Let us begin. Let's see what we have.
Okay. So we're actually gonna be doing a main mission. The thing is, I need you to decide who you want to win as the Empress or Emperor or both. Because you can leave this to me or you can choose. Because I'll be actually doing most of the... Okay, so one side, which is Gaspard, basically military traditional man, believes that elves are not good and stuff, like usual human politics. Very racist against elves, and will be blatantly racist in front of the Inquisitor, which is like really funny. You'll see that later on. There's three of them actually. Briala is a spy of the elves, and she is considered an elven ambassador. She used to play the game with she used to be she used to be in a relationship with the Empress, but then that fell apart because the Empress allowed the burning of her alienage, which is basically like the poor with the elves. Empress Celine is the current reigning empress, and she is a patron of the arts. She tries to be progressive enough while still appeasing the traditionalists, and she has been fighting everyone for her position and her right to be queen. There's three possible endings where it's Gaspard and Briala. There's a lot of endings. Gaspard and Briala, the three of them all working together. Celine and Briala. Just Celine, just Briala, just Gaspard. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that it's pretty, but I always, personally, like, you can always choose against, but, like, personally, I always ran with the Celine and the Briala combo because there is no saving Gaspard. And I think it benefits both of them to have, like, them back together, because in the ending they actually do say that, the lovers reunited. So there's that. Okay. Secondly, I will be doing like the guide, so I won't ask for your input much if that's okay. I mean, like during the optional settings, I'll ask, of course, but I'm just warning you right now, like in terms of like the game itself. I, unless you don't want the 100% court approval.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Here's the thing. Cullen is actually a Gaspard supporter because he believes in the strongman approach. Because one of the faults Celine has like throughout the years was also that she felt too soft. Again, she's a very patron of the arts, patron of education and stuff. So like she lost a lot of like she didn't come across as strong.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halam Sharal into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. A promising lead.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but
it seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
Okay, here it begins.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Labelle. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize by the end of the evening. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Duke Gaspard. I look forward to ending this civil war.
As do I, my friend. The Empire needs stability and security, now more than ever. If you have the safety of the Orlesian people at heart, Inquisitor, perhaps you will look into something for me. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
An elf savage! Oh, make up your bid!
This is Gaspard's idea of a joke.
Okay.
There might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Mika, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it. You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough? Where could it be?
Okay, wait. So after this crown.
Can Gaspard take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds? It's been too long since I've had any words with that royal.
Do you mind? We don't wish to be disturbed.
Interesting.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, this time you can choose what you're going to say.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
I'll be careful, they sound like a fun bunch. I'm not afraid of them.
I'll keep my guard up. Don't worry.
The game is like wicked grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
Warn the others as well. That's a cheery thought. Let's get this over with. Oh yeah, and their Legion dress wears are nice. I like Celine's. Warn the others, okay.
It might be a good idea for the others to hear this warning. Particularly Cole, assuming you can get him to pay attention.
I'll have a few discreet words. Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all.
She is, I love it. If you don't bring Cole and bring someone else, her other dialogue is like, I'll tell Cassandra. Okay.
Sooner we can get this over with.
I heard the Grand Duke
I heard Celine was having the entire wing redecorated, but the timing is atrocious.
Why would she do such a thing now? Who does Orzammar favor?
Hopes the trading foodstuffs will resume quickly.
Here.
Interesting.
See if we can eavesdrop.
Waste of time.
If nothing else, the Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celine nervous. You know how private. Interesting. Well, that's useful.
Okay, so that's one.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time.
Is that the Inquisitor?
It's Danish? No, that cannot be.
Waste of time.
Jeez, guys, what y'all talking about?
Why are there so many errors here?
The Empress is right. I wish there was more news coming from the conference.
Gaspard never struck me as pious. I must think he gained military advantage with the Inquisition.
Waste of time.
What? Okay, the reason why I'm collecting secrets is that it helps Liliana. Not completely, but, you know, for completion's sake.
I had no idea.
There we go, 3 of 30.
I can hardly believe Gaspard and Celine are innocent.
Okay. Huh! The Empress.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Lavellen. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground. Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed, hero of Orlais, right hand of the Divine. Madame Vivienne, first enchanter of the Circle of Magi, enchanter of the Imperial Court, mistress of the Duke of Ghislaine, Sir Callum Stanton Rutherford of Honleith, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall, Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and left hand of the Divine, and Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Look at the floors though, damn, it's shiny. Gorgeous, isn't it? I love this mission.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
Let's hope the breeze does not herald an oncoming storm.
Even the wisest mistake fair winds for foul. We are at the mercy of the skies, Inquisitor. How do you find Halam Shiral?
Okay, you can choose this. It's lovely or I couldn't do it justice.
I've never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauty. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her? Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montilyet.
A pleasure, another Lady Montilyet, hello.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montilyet.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them. Where did you hear such nonsense? Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
I'm afraid not. Sure, why not? Not at all. See, the thing is, if you're romancing Josephine, what she's gonna ask is like, is it true that you and Josephine will elope and go to the Anderfells and fight the Darkspawn? And you can respond, yes, I've packed my bags and everything, right, sweetie? And then Josephine's like, please don't fuel her.
Of course, every word, especially the parts where everyone was nude.
I knew it.
I love it because she's just like, please, Inquisitor.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind? Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic. Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artist. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration. And I must wait for your tutor's tips.
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of them. The dancing is so dull, your worship. But the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, Josephine.
Casa Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh, yes. As she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette.
Stop. Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette. That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
I'll see you later.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
What were they doing in the Western Approach? It's a wasteland.
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is funny. Oh wait, no, not this one. Not yet.
And here we are. You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
I've always wondered, what's the Orlesian fascination with masks?
We all wear masks, my dear, not just the people in Orlais. Who you are as a daughter, a lover, a friend, are very different people from the Inquisitor and Herald of Andraste. Orlesians codify this truth, make it visible. By giving each of these selves its own separate face, they can be their truest selves, unmasked.
Anything happening I should know?
Keep an eye out for Celine's pet at Fostate. No doubt she's involved in this.
It seems like you enjoy this, Vivienne.
This is the game, Inquisitor. Of course I enjoy it. If I didn't, I'd be dead by now.
Any words of wisdom for navigating the ballroom?
Speak to the Council of Heralds. 6 of them are here tonight. The 7th member of the Council is indisposed. His absence will complicate the negotiations. The Council are the highest-ranking players of the game. They see everything. They might know something we can use.
Tell me, Vivienne, where do you want the crown to fall?
What I want is irrelevant, darling. Orlais requires stability, and that is best served by Empress Celine.
Be ready to act when I give the signal.
Always, my dear.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Oh, do I have the nobility perk? Let's hope. Oh, here.
Did you just
I had hoped to
grab
call
my
the royal
bottom?
I have heard
couldn't
there
help
are
myself.
thousands in the Empire. Such a pity that we don't see.
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know. They won't leave me alone.
You don't enjoy the attention? Save me a dance. Okay.
Not enjoying the attention then?
Hardly. Anyway, yours is the only attention worth having.
I don't suppose you'd save a dance for me?
No, thank you.
Oh.
No, I didn't mean to make his breath. I've answered that question so many times, I'm rejecting it automatically. I'm not one for dancing. The Templars never attended balls.
We'll talk later.
The no was so fast, I love it.
Not since his
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That's worth investigating. Magical mind control. I needed to know this earlier. Fun fact though, the one that she's talking about was a companion from the first game and a romanceable person also.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Have you witnessed anything noteworthy?
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
You don't seem to care much for the ball.
Orlesians pretend their petty squabbles are a game. Yes, let us treat murder, corruption, and deceit as delightful amusements. How wonderful.
What do you
We
mean?
are here to save Empress Celine, and it galls me. Why does she merit our protection? The Empire would be better off without her. Gaspard is the leader Orlais needs in this crisis.
You support the Civil War?
Of course not. Chaos is what Corypheus wants, and we must oppose him. Were it up to me, however, I would let Celine fall and Gaspard take the throne. He would see the true threat, not spend his time throwing balls and writing letters.
Stay alert. You don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave this place, the better.
Yep. Also, wait, I need to just do something real quick. Be right back.
I have no idea.
Hello? Word, I can't find the... Okay. No rush, no rush. Tell me when you're back. I found it again. Hello, and no problem. Thank you for waiting for me also.
I should look around.
Capricorn. There we go.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life, if not fight for his destiny?
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece, Rorianne, hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't there be elves here? Ah, here.
Leave us. Leave us.
Interesting.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
So one of the garden statuettes.
Interesting.
Now that we got that.
Waste of time.
Are you him?
That Weinstein is never coming out. The Dowager is upset about the soup.
Gaspard is wasting his time.
Inquisitor Llewellyn, don't head into the servants' wing if you value your neck. Not one elf's gone in there tonight and come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
They won't actually talk to you unless you're an elf, so that's also a nice touch.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Well, well. What's this?
I heard the Inquisition was here.
Yes. The Inquisitor is here, you have racist. Him, I need to talk to you.
I had no idea.
Come.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Awfully selfish of this Philippe, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me, friend. You are too kind, Inquisitor.
Of course. Oh no, wait, I did this wrong.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
Oh wait, no,
The
I'm doing it
Empress
right.
has sent us with a message for you.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
I had no idea.
Did you need something? You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me. This is a private conversation.
I favor leashing Templars too. I agree about stopping mages. I didn't mean to intrude.
My apologies. I didn't mean to bother you. Gentlemen.
Okay. We better start praying. Okay. See, the reason why I'm also doing like a run is because this is timed. So every time I take longer, the court approval that we have goes down. Okay, so... No, don't need that. Okay. 56. I tanked. Jeez, why am I tanking so fast?
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom.
I would say the brown one.
Well, what have we here?
Aww.
The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith, delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
Yeah, Morrigan. I'm here on urgent business. It's a mystery. Tell me what you mean.
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much.
but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so. That's a good question. You've been watching me.
I hope so. I could use another ally here.
A sentiment I share, considering recent events.
Recent events?
Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough, for the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
Why did you kill the agent? He might have had useful information.
I would not have slain the man on sight had he not attacked me first. Why? Undoubtedly, I caught him in an illicit act. I did not know from whence he came until after the battle, and regret only that I could not capture him alive. What intentions the Imperium has here, I suspect you know far better than I.
I know what door it opens. I might look into this. Come with me. Yeah. You do. Don't worry, I got you.
Briara's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
A lot of people actually wish that Leliana and Morrigan had talking lines, because, again, they were kind of opposites in that regard.
The Duchess has asked us to serve more of the ice.
Ice, dear. Another time, perhaps?
Mistress Inquisitor, look at Lady Cambian's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds, and those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambian's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambian acquire such a grand shoe? What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Orlais. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
There we go, we're at 75.
Inquisitor, is there something you needed?
I don't suppose you'd save a dance for me?
No, thank you.
Oh.
No, I didn't mean to...
Oh, okay, it's the same one.
Breath. I've answered that question so many times, I'm rejecting it automatically. I'm not one for dancing. The Templars never attended balls.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
Inquisitor Lavelle, how many of the guests have mistaken you for a kitchen servant? You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep their favor. What brings you to me?
I want to know more about the peace talks. What can you tell me about Celine and Gaspard?
Gaspard is a warmonger. He served in the war against Ferelden and fought a dozen skirmishes on the Navarran border. He's a simple man. Simple men aren't hard to manipulate. Celine is the voice of reason in the Empire. But reason is cautious. Reason looks for compromise. Reason doesn't choose radical change, however sorely it may be needed.
I had a question about you, Briala.
I'm an elf, Inquisitor. That should tell you everything you need to know about my life. I'm good at what I do. And so that matters. I will help my people no matter the cost.
What's your story? How is an elf invited to the Empress's ball as an ambassador?
Empress Celine and I have history. There was a time when I put my spies at her disposal. She knows my qualifications. We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
What do you mean, we had a falling out?
She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on a trumped-up charge to save her political reputation. It wasn't personal. It's the game. That's how all Orlesians justify these things to themselves. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven friend.
If she doesn't win you back to her side, what do you intend to do?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a child putting all my hopes on a single ball. This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. He's challenging. Not as progressive or persuadable as his cousin. But with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
That's remarkably honest. You know how that sounds? You have no loyalty.
You just told me you have reason to betray the Empress.
I know it's incriminating. Few harbor more resentment against Celine than I. But if she died after inviting me here, the court would certainly pin her death on me. An elf assassinating the Empress? Alienages across Orlais, across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
I've been told you were romantically involved with the Empress.
I didn't take you for a gossip monger, Inquisitor. I suppose your spies have already briefed you, so there's no point in pretending. Yes, Celine and I were lovers once, but we've gone our separate ways now.
They're lesbians, Harold.
You might be interested in what I've found.
Wait. We'll talk later.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We are always delighted to speak with you, of course.
Their Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Good evening. I'm sorry, Inquisitor. Do take care.
Enjoy the masquerade.
Where is Gaspard? Because... Oh. Hello, Empress.
My friend, come in, have a drink. What can I do for you? You've been busily charming the court, I see.
I'd like to know more about you.
All of Orlais knows my story. But you, my friend, are far too sensible to be politician. The heart of it is simple. I am the rightful heir to the throne of Orlais. But my cousin, Celine, is a politician, while I am a man of action. She charmed the Council of Heralds. They gave the crown to her, and while it looks fetching on her, I intend to take it back.
What's your claim to the throne?
The 100 Days Cough swept Valvoyeur in 877. It killed thousands of children, royalty and commoner alike. There are only 3 living grandchildren of Emperor Judicael I. Myself, my sister Floriane, and Celine. And I am the eldest. By rights, the crown should have passed to me.
If you're the rightful heir, how did Celine become Empress?
I am the oldest, but I lack the Valmont name. My mother was the late Emperor's sister. Celine is a Valmont. Her honored father was my mother's brother. But she is the youngest. When there is any doubt surrounding the line of succession, the matter falls to the Council of Heralds. Celine outplayed me, forming alliances on the Council for support. So they passed over me in her favor.
You're here to negotiate. Do you want her dead? Fair enough.
So you intend to out-negotiate your cousin?
It will take heroic effort on my part, Inquisitor, and a lot of brandy. The talks will take most of the evening. Make her willing, we will emerge triumphant.
I have a question about the peace talks. What are you hoping to achieve at the negotiations?
I intend to take back what is rightfully mine. Celine stole the crown through politicking, but I am the rightful emperor of Orlais. The empire has been mired in intrigue for too long. We need a clear course of action.
What action did you have in mind?
The empire is declining. We cannot allow Nevarra and Ferelden to chip away our borders. I will see Orlais return to glory as the strongest nation in Thedas.
But you're here for politics. You want to fight more wars. That makes sense. Shoot, sorry.
Politics, but you're here to negotiate.
What? Okay.
I can play the game when I must. If I couldn't, I'd be dead by now, Inquisitor. But it is not my choice. Celine has my sister involved in this mess. I would prefer to settle this on the battlefield. But for Florian, I would sit and talk.
What will be going on in these negotiations?
Okay.
We will whittle one another down with words until we are bored into agreement. Celine will talk circles around us, that elf will glower and cast suspicion everywhere, and I will get very drunk. Somehow, by the time they stop serving drinks, our war will be ended. Politics, my friend.
You sound less pleased than if the drinks run out. What a waste of time.
What calamities befall us if they stop serving drinks early?
If we're lucky, another war will break out. I cannot abide the game, my friend. I prefer my enemies armed and facing me. I like clear winners and losers. Give me a battlefield, Inquisitor. I will show you who the victors are. When I am Emperor, there will be changes. No more of this courtier's nonsense. The nobles may not like it, but after a few lose their heads, they'll fall in line.
You didn't extend this invitation out of the goodness of your heart, Grand Duke.
As you might have guessed, I'm not the most political man. If the nobles believe the Inquisition supports me, it will help in negotiations. And I take joy in watching the scandalized expressions when they see us together.
What can you tell me about Celine and Brianna?
Brianna may be called ambassador, but she is purely a spy. She works towards some hidden agenda. Elves have no place in the world. Her presence here is suspicious. Celine is a skilled player in the game. She knows how to get her way with a few words and a smile. But the game is a farce. I will prove that a few hundred chevaliers are better.
Did you hear the line? Elves have no place in politics. Looks at this elf. So what is she? What is she?
Doesn't look like the negotiations are going well.
Who was that Inquisition officer over there? You'll never get to tell. Shouldn't even dance with the Comtesse d'Argent.
Did you hear that? People are complaining that Cullen wouldn't dance with them.
Lady Inquisitor.
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, milady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celine knows that. At least it will be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
I didn't get the nobility the nobility thing. I'm sorry. Because she unlocks the quest later down the line. I mean, if you ask, I'd dance. Here we go. Another timed event.
This could be worth checking out.
That's okay. It's the asthma ringing out. Okay, wait.
Breath painful, stabbing, and then real stabbing. Lungs full, frothing, scent of apples as it all goes black.
Thanks, Cole. Yes. Okay. Here go. Shoot, hold position. I'm actually going to lose it. I hate this part. God damn it. Okay. And then we go outside.
This was no servant. What was he doing here?
This man was a council of Herald's emissary. Curious to find him here.
The crest of the Chalon family. Duke Gaspard will answer for this.
Time to have a word with the Duke. Venatori agents! The Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Okay, wait. Turn right, head forward. Okay.
Over here, mongrel!
You just called me a mongrel? Jeez. For the money, I'm sorry. Okay.
Venatori! To arms!
Wait. What? Ah, okay. Wait. Wait, I'm panicking. There should be a Hava statue somewhere. There is a Hava statue. Crap. Oh, thank you.
Fancy meeting you here. Shouldn't you be dancing, Inquisitor? What will the nobility say?
Hello, Ambassador. I'm sure they're devastated. You shouldn't be here either.
Aren't you supposed to be negotiating, Ambassador?
Welcome to the Imperial Court, friend. This is our diplomacy at work. You cleaned this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
What if it was I found him dead Gaspard's work, I think.
He was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers, but killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
Warn Celine, Gaspard did seem desperate. I'll stop him.
The Empress needs to know what's going on.
You can try to warn her. She won't believe anything from me. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
I might do that. You paint a pretty picture and the cost.
You know how to make a sales pitch, Ambassador. I'll give you that.
I do, don't I? I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
Okay.
More politics and double-dealing. Is there anyone here who is not corrupt?
Calm
It's
down,
a game,
Cassandra.
my dear. Everyone plays it here. An elven locket, stored away in a palace safe. Unwise to leave.
Stored sorrow, hidden hurt. She couldn't throw it away.
crap. Oh crap. Would you stop getting in my way? Shit. Oh, yeah, it's that one.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Shit, I did not get nobility perk. I am so sorry. I forgot.
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
I'd wager I have better tales than anything you've heard.
I told you, Philly. Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
If you'd like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Really? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone a moment.
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. We don't hear this story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you. Let's go.
82, okay.
I should look around.
Documents. Open. Pick up orders. Have a statues. We can't open that because we're not a rogue. Caprice coin. 81. Stop going down. 82. Into the grand ballroom we go.
Inquisitor Lavellan. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Is there something I can do for you, Your Grace?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted. Have the Dalish gained a sudden passion for politics? What do you know about our civil war?
You can decide here because I don't have the nobility perk. I was briefed by my staff. Why don't you educate me as much as I care to?
What do you think I ought to know?
My brother and my dear cousin have been at each other's throats for too long.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
An excellent question. I might ask the same of you, Your Grace.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
And now we're at 100 court approval.
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
No dances for Corypheus. It's a nice change, or I got some information. Why?
It's a relief to do something other than fight demons and horrors.
You still face demons and horrors. These ones are simply better dressed.
Were you dancing with Duchess Lorian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
You can choose what you want to say here. Oh, because of the choices that I was making in the conversation, it adds to it.
The Grand Duchess told me there's proof Gaspard is in league with Tevinter.
She offered up her own brother? She's more cutthroat than I realized.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
We're not doing that. We let them succeed now. We're talking. What do you mean?
I won't stand by and let her die.
Listen to me carefully, Inquisitor. What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Leliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
You're asking me to decide what's best for Orlais.
More than that, whoever controls the Imperial throne will affect all of Thavis.
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. You must support someone, or all is lost.
Then we should support Celine. She is the rightful ruler. Why would we say otherwise?
Because she led Orlais to this point. I say Gaspard, provided his sister is wrong about him.
I would suggest Briala. She could bring true peace, not only to the Empire, but also to its elves.
This is, however, your decision, Inquisitor, not ours.
Gaspard would be my choice. We save the Empress. I would support Briala. I need more information. we'll talk to him after the event. Anything works so far. How I'll play the game afterwards will determine the Celine Briala ending. So, which one do you choose? It doesn't matter. At the end, I will make them happen. Okay.
We came here to save Celine.
Then you must not only save her life, but also her empire.
That means giving her a victory over both Gaspard and Briala.
If there truly is proof Gaspard's in league with Corypheus, that would be a start.
What did Duchess Floriane tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the royal wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access, and in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Look at his ass walk. Jeez. Okay, after that, we start setting them up.
Mistress Nightingale, what a
So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
We can use this.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Palawan.
We meet again. Given any thought to what I said?
I found an elven locket hidden among Celine's things. This isn't yours, is it?
Let me see that. She kept this. What was she thinking? If Gaspard had found this, it would have ruined her.
It might have meant something to her.
Maybe it did. She held on to it.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Starts crying.
Inquisitor. Is there something we may do for you?
We do so enjoy speaking with you.
We will speak to the Empress on your behalf.
I made a fascinating discovery. An elven locket in the Empress's vault.
Oh dear. That is very interesting.
I'll get Her Majesty.
Inquisitor, I regret that we did not have time to speak earlier. No doubt you have questions about many things.
I found an elven locket sealed in the palace vault. You must have considered it quite valuable.
It was sentimental. I don't know why I kept it. It was a foolish thing to do.
What made the two of you part ways?
She wanted change, and she thought I should deliver it. My word is law, Inquisitor, but laws don't command people's hearts. Culture does not transform itself overnight. I failed her. I should have dared more, but the past, like so many things, is beyond my command.
Maybe you kept it because you still care for Briala.
Perhaps I do, but I cannot put her above all the people of my empire. Dispose of the locket however you like. It means nothing to me.
Okay, so we're setting their ending up.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Maximilian Slippery.
Interesting. Just gossip.
Okay. Oh, crap me, okay. Okay. Really?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Get back!
Oh, thank you.
Are you hurt? Sorry to cut in. You're safe.
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace.
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
Is there anyone else who knows the code and the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess Floriane?
It used to. This had been her private room in Halam Shiral since she was a child. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
What were you trying to find in Floriane's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
This wing is sealed. How did you get in here?
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably handled it.
You were brave to come here. She was almost right. Tell me what you know.
It takes great courage to come to the royal wing unarmed.
It's not courage to blindly follow Briala's orders into a trap. I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play revolution. But I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
Can you testify to that? The other elves don't know she wanted you dead then.
She probably did send you to your death.
If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
Okay, and then...
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I knew you were involved. Here for another dance. Get to the point.
I had a feeling you were mixed up in all this.
The way they look like
You could almost be our legion, if you were just a little quicker. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Why kill the Empress? What does Corypheus want to achieve?
Selene's death is a stepping stone on the path to a better world. Corypheus will enter the Black City and claim the godhood waiting for him. We will cast down your useless maker and usher in a united world, guided by the hand of an attentive god.
You're Orlesian royalty. Why would you help Corypheus attack your empire?
You think so small, Inquisitor. Why settle for an empire when Corypheus will remake the entire world? I admit, I will relish the look on Gaspard's face when he realizes I've outplayed him. He always was a sore loser.
What exactly is in this for you?
The world, of course. I'll deliver the entire south of Thedas, and Corypheus will save me. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Thedas in his name.
It's not too late to end this. Corypheus will be disappointed. You won't succeed. Okay.
At this point, I think disappointment was an old friend.
You poor deluded thing. You don't know half of what Samson and I have planned. And now I suppose you never will. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Selene myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill her. Bring me the marked hand as proof. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
What was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
You're safe. Those were in fact demons. Pull yourself together. He's also voiced by Chancellor Roderick. If you wonder why he sounds familiar.
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Maker bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd fever to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
What's your choice? Oh, wait, I'll ask, sorry.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here.
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
You sound thrilled and you think this is over a bill. Tell me about Gaspard's plan.
Your accent sounds Ferelden. I thought you were one of Gaspard's mercenaries.
Born and raised in Denerim. Seems like I should have stayed there. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking bunch of cheesemonger.
He's breaking the truce. I'm surprised you agreed. I'll need you to testify.
He's going to attack tonight. What about the peace talks?
Nobles don't give a shit about honor and conduct unless it suits them. He'll do what it takes to claim the throne.
Impressively ruthless of Gaspard. If predictable.
You saved my life. I owe you. And Gaspard still hasn't paid me. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Okay. Go to the door to the left. Okay.
We can only hope.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech. What should we do?
Wait lang. Okay, choose. I'll talk with her.
Wait here, Cullen. I'm going to have a word with the Grand Duchess.
What? There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
We owe the court one more show, Your Grace.
Inquisitor.
How do you want to do this? You can choose. You should turn yourself in. Everyone is watching. Smile is nice also, but you can choose.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your party. You wouldn't want them to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying, all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance. It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan. Celine, Gaspard, the entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining. But you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories?
That will be a matter for a judge to decide, cousin.
Gaspard, you cannot believe this. You know I would never... Gaspard?
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out. Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private, elsewhere.
The lion at her back, I
Your
love
sister
her.
attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time without Briala's help.
You were working together.
Of course. We have the note to your general ordering him to move troops covertly into the palace grounds.
It was a defensive choice. I expected betrayal here, just not by my own sister.
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually you'll convince somebody.
There were also the threats Gaspard made to the Council of Heralds to bully them into giving him the crown.
Gaspard is a bully. Is that the worst you can say of me?
And his mercenary captain will be happy to tell you all their plans for the coup tonight. Briala found all of this out for your sake, Celine.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no choice but to declare you an enemy of the Empire. You are hereby sentenced to death.
As you wish. What about Briala's reward? Actually, wait though. What about Briala's reward is the only nice option to get them together. Murder is okay, you have to remember.
I think Ambassador Briala deserves some reward for uncovering all this.
I can scarcely believe you did all this for me, Celine. Thank you, Inquisitor, for all your efforts tonight. I owe you my life, and Orlais owes you its future.
It's okay, he's a racist, we don't mind.
You have done so much. For my people and for us.
We won't forget this.
We won't forget this. I was glad to help. What happens now? I need resources, not thanks.
It was my pleasure. The two of you deserve to be happy.
We truly are. Come, stand with us, Inquisitor. We must give the good news to the nobility. Lords and ladies of the court, this is a night for celebration. Those who sought to poison our empire with treason have been brought to justice. It is a new age for Orlais. We shall build a world in which all men and women live in harmony. Let the cornerstone of change be laid. I introduce the newest member of our court, Marquise Briala of the Dales.
This is not just a victory in Halam Shiral, or within the Empire, or even for elves alone. This is a triumph for everyone. Over 1,000 years ago in the Valerian fields, elves and humans together defeated the Imperium. We can do so much more now. We are greater than our ancestors ever dreamed. Together, we will start by saving our world from the enemy who took the divine and tore the sky apart.
This is an achievement. We have to work together. The real war starts now.
It will take all of us to defeat the enemies threatening our world.
We are already tracking these Tevinter agents. Soon they'll have no place to hide.
But that is tomorrow. Tonight, we celebrate our newfound fellowship. Let the festivities commence!
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? It is most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
It's good to see you. They ran out of punch. I needed some air.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. You, at least, I'm glad to see.
Then I have happy news, as you shall be seeing a great deal more of me. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Selene wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Selene knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat such magic. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
What skills do you have that would benefit us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
Oh, are you a blood mage? Kinda insulting to her, but we can ask it. Or you can just move on to the other ones, so.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
There you are. Everyone's been looking for you. Things have calmed down for the moment. Are you all right?
I'm completely fine. It's been a long night. More trouble is coming.
I'm just worn out. Tonight has been very long.
For all of us. I'm glad it's over. I know it's foolish, but I was worried for you tonight. I may never have another chance like this, so I must ask. May I have this dance, my lady?
Not right now, or yes?
course. I thought you didn't dance.
For you, I'll try.
Please. Okay. Yeah. You're not wrong. You can't tell, but I'm smiling right now, so don't worry.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, Revered Mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor, please, may I have a word with you?
How can I help? It's always something, not now. I'm glad you can tell.
Just when you've solved one crisis, another springs up to take its place.
I am sorry to place this burden on your shoulders, but you are the only one who can help. With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, Revered Mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
You think very highly of them, they're candidates for divine. What are you saying? The clergy is that divided.
Are the Grand Clerics truly unable to elect a divine?
Everyone with the political support to succeed Justinia perished alongside her. Those who remain are unable to gather the majority of votes from the conclave of Grand Clerics. They have been deadlocked for too long. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
I'd have to let them decide. Those are crucial people. You've been told no. Fun fact though, I am a Liliana divine supporter. But
these aren't just any 2 people. They're key members of the Inquisition.
For the sake of Thedas, we must ask you to make this sacrifice.
This will have to be settled later. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend. You must excuse us, Revered Mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Alam Shiral. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon Corypheus will have no place to hide. Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack when you're ready.
yeah, I'm a Liliana. You can read up on which divine you want to happen. I mean, like, the thing.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help.
Yes, Vivian's quest.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the civil war.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll help you, or I don't think so. Yeah, wyverns are pretty. Like the little dragons.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
No. Find. Ugh. Keep going through the wrong door.
Inquisitor, Do you have a moment? What were you like before the anchor? Has it affected you? Changed you in any way? Your mind? Your morals? Your spirit?
Not really. How should I know? Get to the point.
If it had, do you really think I'd have noticed?
No. That's an excellent point.
Why do you ask?
You show a wisdom I have not seen since my deepest journeys into the ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
I'm just like everyone else. You make that sound bad. What did you expect?
What have I done that's so surprising?
You have shown subtlety in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I expected. If the Dalish could raise someone with a spirit like yours, have I misjudged them?
Yes, honestly, not really. No, I am who I am.
I don't hold the Dalish up as perfect, but we have something worth honoring. A memory of the ancient ways.
Perhaps that is it. I suppose it must be. Most people act with so little understanding of the world, but not you.
So what does this mean, Solus?
It means that I respect you deeply, Inquisitor. and I have disturbed you enough for one evening.
It means he thinks we're friends-ish. Now the mother clucker brought me far into the damn room. Because the thing is, if Solas is like quote-unquote bad thing, you punch him, you could punch him in the face, but when you punch him in the face, no friendship done, gone, over. Because he'd be like, I think there's still some good in you, punches it out of Solas, never mind.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Sharao, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
Glad you liked it. You've seen this before. I didn't like it. A lot of people do punch him.
I'm pleased you had a good time.
Political gambits, broken promises, half-truths. It is a palace full of motivation, and motivation is where great things happen. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, and Briala as well, thanks to your efforts on her behalf.
Oh wait, let's visit your bow. Nope, not the door. Where's the door? Did I miss the door? This was the door.
Ryland's men will monitor the situation.
Yes, sir. We'll begin preparations at once.
In the meantime, we'll send soldiers to assist with the relief effort. That will be all.
Sir.
There's always something more, isn't there?
Tired, you feel like escaping, duty comes first. If you arrived, I too would pause. I'm just saying.
Long day?
I shouldn't complain. This war won't last forever. When it started, I hadn't considered much beyond our survival. But things are different now.
What do you mean?
I find myself wondering what will happen after. When this is over, I won't want to move on. Not from you. I don't know what you... That is, if you...
I want to be with you, I want to be friends. Then we should end this.
Cullen, do you need to ask?
I suppose not. I want... Leave me. Leave me.
bad dream?
They always are. Without Lyrium, they're worse. I didn't mean to worry you.
I'm here for you. You can relax, Cullen. You didn't. It is funny.
You can let me worry about you a little.
All right. You are... I have never felt anything like this.
Do you want to say I love you? Yeah. What? Okay. Yeah?
Then I've succeeded.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails. The indifference to it all.
I enjoyed the dance. I know what you mean. It's how you play the game. We met our goals.
At least there was dancing.
Or an attempt at it, anyway.
I thought you did well.
I'm grateful for your poor taste in dance partners.
Do you have some time?
Is there something on your mind?
Okay, so there's always a kiss.
Perhaps we can talk later.
I would hope so.
Okay. Cullen, let me out. Thank you. Oh, Blackwall. Please. He did. Don't you like it? Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I wonder why you like it so. I'm kidding. It's a good scene.
It looks like a lot of things, except what you're thinking.
I know.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day they found a dog, a wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
You saved it? That's horrible. Of course not.
You stopped them. Cut the dog down.
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting, and I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You were a child, so did everyone else. You were weak.
You couldn't have been the only one there, and no one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Don't let that stop you. Your eyes aren't shut. All of this over a dog.
So you're upset about a dog that died decades ago?
You gonna tell me to get over it? It's the past, forget it. You make saving the world look easy. The rest of us can only dream of matching what you've done. Don't you see? It's not just about what happened back then. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
I wonder who knows pain astride the game.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharam was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
We need politics. There were mitigating factors, I agree. Yeah, I forget how annoying Blackwall is. Like, from afar, I can understand it, but the closer he is, I'm just like, oh.
I hate politics.
You've got a crappy job then, boss.
There is an issue that you should address. I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Thank you.
The day finds you of well and sturdy health?
He is. I'm not gonna talk to Sarah.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
It's the game. Do you like the masks? I agree.
What did you think of the masks?
What masks?
The masks. Everyone had them on their faces.
Those weren't their faces.
May I ask how things are, now that you're more human?
It hurts. Everything hurts. Everyone remembers me now. I can only make them miss me for a few heartbeats. But I'm real. More real, anyway. And I understand more than I did.
You're still able to sense the feelings of others, aren't you?
Yes, I still feel things, flashes of their minds. Pain, hurt, all of it. It's not so loud anymore. I make more noise myself, so I don't hear as much unless I want to. I remember more things, though. It lets me learn. I sometimes see why something I said would bother Cullen. Maybe I'll do it less.
What's the difference between you and a spirit now?
Spirits are... they just are. Most of them sense something that interests them and stick to it. They don't remember much. It keeps them pure, but it also keeps them from learning, from growing. I wanted to help people, but I only knew enough to do it in the simplest way. Now I can see more. I also want to hit people a lot. Varric is helping with that.
Are you still physically the same, or are you fully human?
I was always fully human. I can do everything I could do before, except make people forget. The way I move comes from my mind, not my body. As long as I remember some of the Fade, it remains. My body is just like the real Cole's, except that he was a mage. I'm not.
Why aren't you a mage?
I can't know for sure, but the real Cole, his father beat him, killed his mother. His sister might have died, too. I don't know if that was real or what the demon made me think. Then the Templars threw Cole in darkness and starved him, all because he had magic. He thought that if he didn't have magic, I'm what he wanted to be. Him, but normal. So no one would hurt him.
Why can't you make people forget you anymore?
Because I'm real. The forgetting was for both sides. They weren't frightened by me, and I wasn't hurt by them. Making people forget was a defense against people attacking me, and having what they saw in me stick. Because I'm real, everything sticks. Whatever people think or feel about me stays.
Can you still help people if you can't make them forget?
It's harder. I can't start over if I do it wrong. But seeing me changes them. They know a person wants them to hurt less. That helps.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like. She's still behind the curtains in the reading room. watching the blood pool on the floor.
Oh, this is a cute one.
How would you like to get out of here? Maybe do something fun?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Come on.
Inquisitor, you honor us with your presence. May I bring a sampling of fine cheeses for you and your guests?
I don't eat.
Well then, just a bottle of a fine Ghislaine White to start. Please enjoy your meal this evening, your worship.
He saw me. They all see me.
I'm proud of you. It's a good step. That should be normal.
I'm glad you've allowed them to.
I don't know if I did. I find people when their pain leaves them open. I ease the pain. I leave, they forget. That was enough for me. Now they remember, and I'm not sure...
Cole?
I told you about Reese, the mage who could see me, my friend. My only friend for a long time. Evangeline showed me that Templars could be kind, but even she...
Is this painful? Are you going to get dark? I don't understand.
Cole, if this is troubling, we don't have to talk about it.
Gentle. You watch me walk into darkness over and over, and you always worry. Thank you. But this isn't about them. It's about... When I found out I wasn't human, when I grew, I lost Reese. I lost my only friend. That's why I was scared about letting all these people see me. That's why I laughed.
You made yourself laugh. You're hiding the fear. You've lost me.
You're laughing at yourself.
Yes. This world taught me that changing means losing your friends. But now I know that doesn't have to be true. I have enough self to know that what I felt was foolish. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes, it is. It's a little odd, actually, if you say so.
It's another good step, Cole.
I might like being human. What do you think I'll learn next?
So, it's a little bit of a spoiler. So remember how I said Krem ends up with Meriden if Cole was a spirit? If you think about it, it's kind of cute that if Cole becomes human, it means that even if Krem tried courting Meriden, she'd still choose Cole. Yeah. Yeah.
So far in the reign of the lion, eclipsing the eye of the
Empire of Olesia, Empress of Fire. Sir? Oh.
Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. I am serving as quartermaster for Skyhold and its arriving throngs. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Okay.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think that would make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Is she bothering? Is she bothering you, my queen? Having fun? What's this about?
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day. You watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a mage, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
Okay, so you can choose, but I will say, if you say you'd be perfect, then that leads to Cassandra being divine closer than the others. Am I biased in favor of Leliana? Of course, but if you wanna... I mean, you can do Cassandra if you want. There's no... like, I'm not gonna stop you. Okay.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you of all people say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
The Chantry has failed. These are extreme times, so do better. Don't encourage her if you don't want her to be divine. As mean as it is, don't encourage her. Bark, 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 bark. I have no idea. I usually say the Chantry has failed, but I think that's a little harsh. But I think that's what I usually choose before. Okay.
Many extraordinary things have happened to get us to this point.
I'm not so certain. I think it has been a long time coming. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You're not the only candidate. What about Leliana?
Leliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy, but she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Leliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think, and that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
I like your determination and you... Which is also fair. I think the key differences... I'll just explain just the key differences between them is that Cassandra is a slow change, like the conservative progressive kind of change. Leliana is the we're gonna open the doors for everyone. The elves, the Kunari, they're welcome inside now. And she allows marriage into the Chantry afterwards, so like even the Chantry people can get married. Which honestly religion. So yeah. That's a floor.
We have more important things to worry about right now.
Disapproval?
One day we must turn our thoughts to what comes after.
But that's not today.
I suppose that is true. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority. Hello again.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
But you will investigate. They deserve a chance. They'd be dangerous.
There are so many, Tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
Okay.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
So do you want to be divine is what we can say for Cassandra, if you want her to be divine. I can read up on like the how to get it for Cassandra. If you want. But before I forget, let us talk to Liliana, because I think her personal quest. Wait, no. War table. Well, that's for you to decide. Because I'm not saying that hers was bad. Like, I've watched the Divine Cassandra.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
Our alliance with Orlais holds. For the present. They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Let's hope for deserters. I'm sure they are, and they'll be easier targets. But what do you call that? Go for it. I mean, again, I don't mind Cassandra's, like, divineness. It's just I was more of a, let's go Liliana, because... You know. Ooh.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
We'll keep them there. They'll be hard to miss. It's time to finish them off.
They've terrorized Thedas long enough. We end them now. If Corypheus is hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we'll go.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
Please continue. It can't hurt. You're intruding. You're intruding.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
Is best if I show you.
Oh, I forgot. This is my world state without her son. Okay.
This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
This belonged to my people.
I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds. Untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Look at how pretty everything is. Chef kisses.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
Are we in danger? This could be useful. It's incredible. You know, if you romance Morrigan in the first game and using the DLC to prove his love for her, the warden would follow her through the Illuvian because she runs through it to find safety. She can actually have a son with the warden, which her son is also like a lot of different explanations, because to save... Okay, so when you kill an archdemon, the warden who kills the archdemon has to die. In order to stop that from happening, Morrigan found a way to have like a child and put the soul of the old archdemon into the child in exchange for the person, in exchange for the warden not to die. And in the game, she could screw around with like a couple of people, including the warden, to do that. Or she could have a regular love child from one of them. But this is my first save state without her kid, because I always played the world state with her kid because I always wanted my warden alive, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just kill the other warden. So, are we in danger? Yup. There's also, the Illuvians were also mentioned in the second game. One of the romantic interests, the book elf Meryl, tried to create or remake the Illuvian, but she used blood magic to do it, which is also like, a big no-no, and Hawk stops her because Meryl's tribe is like, why are you using blood magic? This is illegal. Because Meryl has a habit of science and magic beyond empathetical reason. Honestly, I was not too happy romancing Meryl. I would have preferred Isabella, but then her no monogamy, I was like, I'm sorry babes, I can't do it. But yeah. Anyway, okay, it's incredible.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I was safe from those who hunted me, but only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
Corypheus wants this. I don't understand. Are these useful at all? So it's a very similar concept to the deep roads of the dwarves. This is like the elven deep roads.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
But yeah, just tell me if you want to make Cassandra divine.
It is a large fortress, Inquisitor. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I'm rather fond of it. We were lucky to find it. It's defensible, at least. Yeah, I was always a Liliana fan. Like, as much as I as much as I understand Cassandra's like slow approach to it, I was like, bestie. Especially because Duke Gaspard support her.
We were lucky to have found it when we did.
Fate is often mistaken for luck, as Mother is fond of saying. The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
Thank you, that's very serious. You'll be useful. Yeah, the stability's good, but she's too slow.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Okay.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
You seem to know a great deal about elven law.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like.
Okay, wait, we need to do the quests.
It was interesting to see how much has changed in Halam Sharal. And so little. Madame Méprise is a fixture. The sun will grow cold before she retires.
Inquisitor.
Always rely on Liliana to suggest cutting off your tongue.
Inquisitor. At your service.
Yeah, the whole tongue. Because what she said was, a minstrel can tell no lies if she has no tongue. And I'm just like, Liliana, please. Please. I mean, actually, no. I lied. Same, but like... Liliana, please. I realized, left to my own devices, I too would be like, Liliana, we should cut off her tongue, me. Like, let's go, bestie. Why should we just stop? Like, let's go.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. There is, after all, no shortage of vultures circling the Samba throne.
But what do you want? You're their last resort. The divine seems useless.
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
I will help if I can. You could abandon ship, let the Chantry sink.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems. A message from Divine Justinia.
Are you alright? I'm pretty sure she's dead. It's a trap.
That's a shock. You're right reading it.
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
Whatever you need, so you want to leave, send someone else.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Okay. Sorry, this is very quest heavy.
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier. But welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, you know?
Yes, I'm glad it doesn't feel different. The Fade didn't scare me.
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade physically.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
I'll leave you to your work.
Also, here's something cool that I forgot to point out. So Solas actually paints the murals here on the wall. So like what you do and how you do it changes and depends on what you do around the world. Will determine what he puts around. It's actually really nice. Like I like his art. Very pretty. Oh, wait. Who am I forgetting? Ah, Blackwall, okay. But first we'll speak again with your blondie bow.
No red lyrium, no allies, and soon Samson will have no armor, I hope.
You hope?
Dagna's started work on her red lyrium samples, but she needs more details on the armor. We found orders in the mine. They mentioned Maddox, a name I did not expect to hear.
Samson's letter said something about taking over as the vessel.
Perhaps it's a rank among the Red Templars. It could be a title from ancient Tevinter. Or it's some other role Corypheus has planned for Samson, and Maddox is part of it.
Someone you know is Maddox the Templar. His allies are irrelevant.
Another voice from your past.
In a way, this is complicated. Maddox was a mage in Kirkwall's circle. Samson smuggled letters between him and his sweetheart. Eventually, Samson was caught. That's why he was cast out of the Order. Maddox was made tranquil and became a skilled craftsman of magical items. Samson must have rescued him.
I can't believe they made a man tranquil over a few love letters.
The official charge was corrupting the moral integrity of a Templar. Knight Commander Meredith wielded the brand for far lesser offenses, believe me.
Why would Maddox need saving?
When the mages rebelled in Kirkwall, the worst battles took place at the gallows in the circle itself. And I thought Maddox had died in the fighting, or was eking out a living on the streets. A hard fate for a tranquil in Kirkwall. Samson must have found him, taken him in.
Samson had some Yolandi left. Maddox could be a useful ally. We can target Maddox.
Perhaps there's something left of the man Samson used to be.
Or he's shrewd enough to know an extraordinary resource. It seems Maddox built Samson's armor for him, and maintains it still. Tranquil and Kirkwall needed rare and expensive supplies for their enchantments. Supplies we can trace. I can have our men kick down some doors, Inquisitor. Samson's armor might lead us right to his stronghold.
Okay. Here we go.
I should look around.
Inquisitor, you've been a friend and an inspiration. You've given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, and more importantly, the courage to uphold the former. It's been my honor to serve you.
Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
He must have had his reasons. Gone where Liliana must know find him. Interesting. What a very nice way of spelling it.
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
Oh no, I'm just saying. You know what? I'll just show you. Oh, okay. Then I'll save it here. It's okay, we can just continue this tomorrow or whatever.
If you're so smart, tell me how Charybdis can do all those things. How it's not.
Thank you for playing with me. It's okay, no worries. There's always tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. The bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.